We've been living in our van now for about a year and a half. We've been through Canada, into the States, to Mexico and Guatemala. So we spend the majority of our time camping, hiking, chasing waterfalls, taking the girls for new walks every day, foraging food. We also love to cook. We spend a lot of time experimenting with new flavors and different vegetables from the places we visit.
It's hard to narrow it down of what I love the most about van life, but I think it's not having a schedule. We get to make our own, as well as the dogs get to come everywhere with us. It's like my dream come true that I can travel with my dogs.
Our van is a 2006 Mercedes Sprinter van. Jasmine and I built it ourselves. It took us about 8 months to build the van. We were actually working full time when we built it. So anytime we had the opportunity before or after work or on the weekend, we would go full force and put all our energy into it because we just couldn't wait to get on the road.
Our van cost us 14,000 Canadian dollars, and then the build cost us 10,000, so a total of 24,000.
When you first walk into our home or when you come in the sliding door, this is what you see first. This area we kind of built around the dogs like we did with most of the van. This is actually their bed. Right now it's a bench, so we can use it as our reading nook, but it also pulls out so that the girls can sleep on it at night or when we're going for long drives. Inside of the bench, we have tons of storage for their dog food, their toys, and lots of other things. And this window we put in ourselves as well. It's for the girls when we're driving, they can get that extra breeze. In this overhead cabinet that sits above our reading nook, we have all of our favorite books, and we have our junk drawer full of everything that doesn't really have a home. Right now we're standing in our kitchen. We spend a lot of time in this area. We cook almost every meal. We have a 2-burner cooktop in the counter. It runs on propane, and that's how we love to cook. On board, we have 127 liters of fresh water storage, and that fuels our faucet, which runs on a 12-volt pump. Our counter is black walnut. We picked it out ourselves and sanded it. We have our backsplash. In the backsplash, we have our plug for our 120 volt, as well as the controller for our S-bar heater. And up top here, we have our overhead cabinets, which we keep all of our toiletries, our oils. One of my favorite things in our van is our floor-to-ceiling pantry. It's full of our food. We have extra water, extra dog food, pots and pans. We have tons of space, so it's something we don't have to worry about. When it comes to cooking, everything is very accessible. Another huge element of our kitchen in our van is our Dometic Fridge. We have the CFX 50, and it's actually quite large. We went with the bigger fridge because we eat mostly plant-based, and so we store all of our vegetables in here, anything that needs to be refrigerated. And we actually have it at this level, at hip level, so that we're able to access it easily. We don't have to pull it out of anywhere, and we don't need to bend down. It's right there when you're cooking.
Right here, we created a custom fruit basket. We eat so much fruits and veggies all the time, so we thought, let's make a huge one so we can store a lot of it. And then if you open this cupboard right here, it's where we keep all of our electronics and also our broom, like a cleaning closet. So that's where we keep our gear. Below we have our books on this side, so it's nice to read at night, as well as a charging port for our cell phones and a dimmer switch that controls our 6 LEDs on the ceiling and over the kitchen. So we lined our van with overhead cabinets the entire way for extra storage. We actually share a wardrobe, so it comes in kind of handy. So all of this is all the clothes we own. Here is just your socks and everything, and they are also on gastro struts, so it stays open as well as they stay closed when we're driving, so nothing is falling out. In here, t-shirts, pants, and of course, our sweaters as we live in Canada. So we went with the bed bench style and an open concept, as we do have 2 dogs and we like for them to go back and forth freely. Also to host people. We love having people over, and we enjoyed our little swivel table. We actually just made it with some plumbing pipe, which is very simple design, really easy and affordable, and then just put some cedar planks on top. So this is literally our living area as well as our bedroom. So our bed is actually very easy to put together. It only takes a minute or 2 to set up, and it makes pretty much a double bed, and it fits all 4 of us pretty comfortable. So in one of our benches right here, we have all of our electrical. So we run off 2 6-volt batteries, which are 224 amp hours. We have 2 100 watts of solar that are feeding it, as well as we charge our battery with our alternator that we hooked up. So that's how we get all of our power. So these batteries run everything in the van, from our 2 max air fans to our diesel heater, a blender, cell phones, laptops, anything, you name it, it will charge. And then in the second half of the bench back here is all of our tools. When living on the road, it's very important that you have those tools that you can do quick fixes, as things you're driving on bumpy roads are going to get loose. So tightening up bolts, screws, you name it, it's always nice to have, and a mechanical tool set as well. And then in the bench over here, we call it our fun garage. It has everything that makes us happy, from surf gear to slackline, and then above it, we have our surfboards. Just one right now. So we went with 2 max air fans so that we'd have better circulation. One is often sucking air in, where the other one's sucking air out, which creates a nice flow. It's a good way to temperature control, which keeps the dogs happy as well, and us, of course. So above the cockpit, we actually built this headliner, and it is such a game changer as we don't have a stationary bed. All of our bedding gets stored up here, from duvet, pillows, blankets, anything. And it also acts as a pretty good insulator as well. Our van is a 4-season van, so we went really thick on the spray foam insulation. We have around 3 inches on the walls, 2 inches on the floor and the ceiling. We installed an S-bar heater, which we had to tap into our diesel tank, and it also is run by our 2 house batteries as well. And it's very efficient and it keeps us warm. It's just done on a thermostat, so it can be -30 outside and +20 inside, and you can set that for however long you want, and you can wake up with the van still being toasty warm.
When we initially hit the road, we had saved for a year to travel for a year. And as we started traveling, we started documenting our alternative way of living online on YouTube and making videos, and it's taken off, and now we're YouTubers, and that is our main source of income, which sustains us because of the lifestyle that we live. We travel with our 2 Australian Shepherd dogs, Belle and Izzy. They're blue merles. They're fluffy monsters. They make this house a mess all the time, so we're constantly sweeping up after them. But they really hold our home together. They're the glue. They keep us happy when things go wrong, like if we break down, they're always there to cheer us up and make us smile. So we didn't go with a bathroom in here for many reasons, but we find that there's so many different amenities out there that you can go into different businesses and use their bathroom. Everyone is more than kind enough to let us use them, as well as we are mostly in nature a lot. So we use the leave no trace method. That's where you use your shovel and you hide everything. And also the dogs have to go to the bathroom too on road trips. So when they go to the bathroom, we go to the bathroom. It's not like we can do a big stretch without stopping. And for a shower, we use our solar shower. Even in the wintertime, we'll use it. We'll just boil the water, heat it up, and then you just use it in the sink, which is kind of handy. As well as you can go to gyms, rec centers. If we were to build another van, I would for sure install a shower and a toilet. This pandemic has really kind of gotten a toll, and we're realizing that we aren't really self-reliant, and part of the whole reason that we did van life is to be self-sufficient. And without those 2 things, we kind of need things to be open and society to be running. So I would 100% do it next build. The biggest challenge for van life for me would have to be when you break down. We are by no means mechanics, so we have to figure everything out. And when you don't have service to help you YouTube and research, that can be quite difficult, as well as emotions run high. So the best thing that we've learned is to honestly just not react on emotion. It's always gonna be okay, and you'll get it figured out in the end. And honestly, when you do break down, you actually do learn a new skill. So it becomes kind of a positive. You now know how to fix your fan belt or whatever falls off of your vehicle or breaks down. We've been living in our van for a year and a half, and it's been nothing but great times so far. We don't have any plan to stop van life or stop an alternative lifestyle. We want to just keep growing and progressing and meeting new people and seeing new places around the world.
Subscribe to Exploring Alternatives and check out our playlists for more videos like this. You can also follow Crystal and Jasmine on YouTube at Van Wives. Thanks for watching.